What's up, guys? Jez here from Whiskefy, and welcome to another episode of WhiskefyTV. We are episode 128. I don't know why I looked at my book, because I've been doing this every week for 2 years now. You'd think I'd have a rough idea of where I'd be, but literally have no idea. But today is a very special episode. If you guys didn't know, from the hype post I did on maybe Monday, normally, unless something happens, because we live in the future now when we record. Yeah, so I have a super exciting bottle to drop, and I realized I didn't write that down. Love how this is all falling apart nice and early. I want to introduce one of my very special friends. She means the absolute fucking world to me. Sorry, Nan and Pop. Hopefully you don't cuss me out, because I swear it. Love you. I have the beautiful Nadia, aka the whiskey princess to me, but a girl tasting whiskey, joining me. Nadia, please. Hop in.
I just had to make an entrance like you.
I love shit. Oh, okay. Now, I really want you to intro in this bottle.
Okay. Introducing my barrel pick that I did with Brock and Jackie, the Whiskey Girl Collection and Whiskey Hunt Australia, RY3.
It's get that up nice and close to the camera there. It's this is like relatively exciting for, I guess, us, because we don't actually have any RY3 available in Australia at all.
No. And
So
this
that-
is the first bottle. And it has a cartoon picture of us on it, which is pretty freaking cool.
It does not get any cooler than that.
And super exciting, because the first time I was ever involved in one of these, so I'm pretty excited about it, and I think it's amazing.
Like, I haven't been involved, and I've been excited for you, because I'm like a little bit of a whore for a rye. So
Me too, these days,
like,
actually.
oh, man.
And something cask strength too.
Oh, speaking my language, I love it. Okay, so let's kick this off. So Nadia covered it extremely well. This is the RY3 whiskey rum cask, finished. It was picked by Brock from Whiskey Hunt, the lovely Nadia, aka my whiskey princess, a girl tasting whiskey, and Jackie from the Whiskey Girl Collection. It is 58.9% ABV, which making it, I didn't write down the proof, which I really should have, and I'm not good with math. So
It's like, neither am I. It's like 117
100,
proof.
yeah, it's probably about right, because it's like 50.
Wow, I'm so bad at maths. I can't believe I got that.
I think it's
I hope
about
that's
right.
it.
Do you know what? I'm gonna like edit the video later. And like, it was not 117. It was this.
Well,
We'll make it like it's fine. Well, see, I didn't bother writing it down. I was like, I'll work it out later. It is a blend of 3 years, 4 years, and 14 years. It is currently sitting on awesome shelves for $188. But if you're in the US and you're looking for a bottle, A, you can't get it, but B, a similar product will set you back around $60. Now, the cask is new charred American oak, and it would flick over to a rum cask for finishing. The mash bill is broken up by the 3-year MGP 95.5, classic, going over to a 4-year 100% Canadian Rye, and then I assume they're adding a little bit of 14-year MGP corn whiskey, essentially, which is, what is that, at least 80% corn, but we're sitting at a 99% corn and 1% malted barley, and it's imported by Awesome. I think I got that covered rather well.
yeah, you did your research.
I just read the press email.
But now the important part, does it taste any good?
Does it taste any good? So I will put you on pouring duty.
And bottle popping duty.
Yeah.
Do that on the reg. Ready, set.
Oh, I love like
That had a good
fresh pop.
sound.
Did you want to do a long pour for the camera? Are you a professional? Because look, I've been told I need to do X since last spill, and we're at episode 8. I don't think I've been any higher than episode 8, so you've
Okay.
got a lot of pressure.
I don't know what any of that means, but let's go.
Well, since last time I spilled some during my long pour.
Oh.
And
Okay.
I think the last time I spilt it was I almost emptied half a bottle of Makers onto the floor.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I think I'm better than that.
Okay, well, do it for the people.
Which way?
However you want, like, because
So what? I'm long pouring, so
Long
I go
pour?
slow.
Sure, yeah. You professional.
Oh, there we go. Maybe I'm not that good.
It's fine.
Oh wait, we need some branding in here.
That's alright. This has got plenty of branding. I'm wearing my Crooks and Castles hoodie, so like I'm comfy as all hell. So you did rather well.
Thanks. Poured a bottle once or twice.
Is it? Oh, like a professional. Okay, so as you guys are well aware, I normally break down into a little bit of notes and stuff of like research and like super lazy stuff. As I said, reading off the press marketing email. So
that's all you gotta do.
Exactly.
Really?
They give you all the information and just like, look what I did. I did absolutely nothing. They did all the work, and I'm just here to read it, essentially.
Right. At least you can read.
Well, can I? You've obviously seen none of these videos. All right, so
Well, you read well enough to write it down.
Well, exactly.
The speaking.
Yeah, it's just speaking is awful. You just make it up as you go, and then I get distracted, and then I just do these weird like offshoots. I'm just looking at the roof, going, "It's fine."
That's great.
So this RY3, I better start, otherwise I'll be here all day just talking shit. RY3, one drop to rule them all. I felt like that was impressive.
Yeah.
Well, sorta. So bringing 3 of Australia's biggest names in the whiskey world together to pick a barrel is no easy task. Obviously, you coming from like one side of the world, Jackie coming from like Melbourne, Brock being here, you guys coming all together to pick a barrel.
Yeah.
I assume you guys picked it when we were on Whiskey Hunt, maybe beforehand.
No,
when did you pick that?
We had a little Zoom sesh, so Brock sent us out all the samples, and we sat there and tasted them. And came to a conclusion of what we thought tasted the best, and also what we thought would be the best for the consumer.
Yeah.
So there was obviously, they were all actually really like hard to differentiate. They all were really good. And there was just one was just that bit hotter than the other. And we sort of just settled on this one because we thought it wasn't too hot.
Yeah, well, that makes sense because like I actually like as you were talking, and then it was kind of like, because I know I'm jumping ahead at this point, but like the room was kind of filling with this like rye, like it's that rye kind of note. What is it, like floral kind of? No, what is that?
It's got a real like fruitiness to it. For sure.
Yeah, that must be that fruit I was getting.
The rum cask really like plays a big part in it, I reckon.
No, I 100% was getting that. Is like it's kind of like open the bottle, all the vapors are kind of going.
Yeah,
it's like
so majestic.
Majestic's the word. Majestic is the word. See, I can't even speak. I haven't had whiskey this morning. It has 100% been food coma land.
I'm so full. Like we're drinking this so that we can make it to lunch and actually eat something, hoping that this opens up our appetite again.
That's what I'm hoping for. So as we kind of covered earlier as well, RY3 doesn't have... Is it called RY3? I didn't even get like a good...
Yeah.
Or is it like Rye the third?
I think it's RY3.
I'm going to stick with Rye the third. So...
Right.
Yeah.
You reckon?
No.
I don't know. I reckon
no.
I don't think you're right.
I'm not right. It's not my brand. I don't know. It's your pick. You should know.
I should know.
You do know.
RY3.
RY3. Yeah, confidently back it in.
Alright, lock it in, Eddie.
Done. Super regional. No one in the US will get it, but let's hope they've seen Millionaire Hot Seat or something.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Exactly. Love it. Alright, so considering that RY3 has no brand representation in Australia, like our, I guess, friends at like Brown Forman, like look after their portfolio and Campari look after theirs, like these guys are basically brought in by Awesome. And as you said, kind of considering it's a barrel pick as well, it's, I guess, somewhat exciting for the Australian market to kind of get their hands on something that's not typically shown, because we only ever see Jack Daniels and Jim Beam hit the shelves.
I suppose that's the most marketed whiskies in Australia. There's definitely nothing like this, and I guess that's where Brock's and Whiskey Hunt and Awesome are really cool. They do bring in these sort of more exclusive things that everyone should jump on board if you want to try something new.
Well, I know, because my bank account hurts every time Brock sends an email. I can hear it screaming, and I'm like, shh,
Stop emailing me.
Yeah, like, I'm going to move you to the block senders list because it's just like everything is so good. It's like barrel picks coming out, and I'm like, no, the wallet hurts at this point. Stop it. Yeah,
that's okay.
But we love you.
We love it. It's good.
Fine. So bringing the likes of Nadia Girl Tasting Whiskey and Jackie the Whiskey Girl Collection together to team up with Brock, the barrel picking wizard that he is. We all know we're kind of in for a good time anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Because they do say that girls have a better palate and nose.
Do they?
They do. I don't know how true it is. I think I have
well,
a
do you know
better
what?
nose.
I guess we'll find out today.
This one actually tastes different to what mine does. Mine's got a little bit more air on it though.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
been open for a little bit.
I get that. Well, I like the fresh crackiness of the Rise anyway. Like, you always find to get a...
Yeah, it always opens up so much.
Yeah.
Like, and that's one thing that put me off of rye to begin with, because I opened a bottle and like just drank it straight away, and I was like, what is that monstrosity? And then I came back to it like a year later, probably a bit long to wait, but and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And that was actually like I reckon it was like nearly 100% rye.
Yeah.
So it was like a full rye.
Yeah. Which is basically what we're playing with here anyway.
Yeah, it was intense.
Yeah.
And then once I actually dipped my toes back in that water, it's been like unstoppable love for me.
I love that.
I love a rye. Yeah.
Oh, rye's so good.
Yeah.
We're actually just talking about how good the other, the Wooden Australia rye is. Because I know we're talking about RY3, but now we're just on rye chat in general.
Yeah.
It's just like how good some of these ryes can be if you're moving outside your typical, I want to say normal market for Australia, because we don't have a good brand representation for ryes even. So it's we only have like Jim Beam and Bullet.
Yeah.
And Jack. Jim Beam, Bullet, Jack, Wild Turkey. I think that's it.
Yeah. Even then, that's limited.
And then once again it's like store to store. Let me kind of round this out with, so if you guys aren't familiar with, I guess, RY3, they're just basically grabbing what we have here, essentially. So their whole premise is grabbing different mash bills and kind of blending them together and then finishing them in a way where they're just like, do you know what, this is perfect to release to the market, rather than other brands just kind of grabbing juice, rebottling it.
Do you know what that is? Meticulous blending.
Look at you go. I don't use fancy words because I was I'm
every
reading
now and then.
Yeah,
pull one out.
Line that out. See, look at you go, girl.
I just watch you talk and then I have time to think.
Yeah, see, I'm not good at like entertaining and like running the show, so I'm struggling here. So it's good to have
Takes
like
a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll pull through. So normally I'd have tasting notes done and everything, but I guess we are going for like a live taste here.
Yeah,
so,
which I've already clearly dipped into because
no,
I do that
all
the
no,
time.
You know what? That's fine. Like if you don't know where to jump in, I do that. I was on a live with Glenfiddich, something I normally don't do. I'm standing there, he's making cocktails, I'm standing there awkwardly. I'm like, I really wish I had a cocktail in my hand, stand there and sip.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm awkward as hell.
Yeah.
So
I'm getting a lot more like of the oak in this actually. This time around, and the rye. So less fruity for me, since it's not had a lot of like time to breathe. What do you think?
So
that's tasting, not nose, by the way.
Yeah, I gathered that because I was like, I'm getting no oak, so I assume you. Well, this is probably the perfect glass to do it in anyway, because these are Canadian whiskey glasses.
Yeah.
So
I always wondered what this shape was.
Yeah, so this is the shape they use for Canadian whiskey glasses. But I know my audience, and I'm like, if I'm going to sell glassware, this is perfect for like building cocktails out in. It's like if you want to dump some Jack and Coke, you jam ice cubes in the top.
Yeah. And
you can fit the big cube ones. I'm like, my audience just likes to mix everything with Coke, so I'm like, I'll get you a glass.
Why not, eh?
It's like, I don't know, 340 mils or something. I'm like, yeah, you guys can go nuts. I kind of want to start off, so I lost a heap of that fruit. So initially, as I was kind of like, you were talking, I was standing there, just listening, and then like nosing the whole aroma of the room. And it's just like, I'm getting a heap of those fruits that kind of come through, but it's kind of gone now, it's gone to more of like a pine.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Like it's had like minutes to open up, and it's gone to that rye pine. Now, if anyone that drinks rye, I'm hoping, knows what I'm talking about. so it doesn't go like super niche and they're like, Jez, you on the glass Barbie or something? Like,
It's not me.
no, it's like, oh yes, I had the old Pino clean out this morning and like quick spritz before I left.
A little bit of Dettol.
Yeah, oh.
Kill the
mate.
germs of the plane.
Germs. I'd have to bathe in Dettol to get the germs off me, let me tell you.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm in your apartment.
Yeah, I don't know. It's terrible. Hopefully you don't die.
Yeah.
Sad reacts only.
Mm.
So
Take it in.
yeah, I like.
Drink it already, for God's sake.
Yeah, I just got like a whole
Quit
bottle.
playing with it.
Okay, sorry. Sorry. I can't.
Do you need me to look away?
No, it's fine. No, you just like quit playing with it. I'm like, hold it together.
Yeah.
Hold it together. No. Mm.
It's starting to open up a little bit the longer it's in the glass.
Mm. Alright. So, as you guys are well aware, I normally don't taste like this. And I normally have a good understanding of the whiskey as I kind of go through. Now, as I kind of took it in, a bit of a Kentucky chew, it was a good spice coating of the tongue. Really hot. Really hot.
Here we didn't go with the hotter one.
Yeah. It's very similar. It's probably hotter than the, just to kind of put it in perspective so you can understand, the Whistle Pig 17. So it must be that Canadian Rye. So this one, it must have a fair bit of that Canadian Rye in there. Because like I don't normally get that from the MGP Ryes that we've got.
Yeah, they're a lot. The MGPs tend to be a lot more like grapey.
Yeah, yeah. So this, obviously, it's heavier on that 4 year, and we don't actually have a composition of like the percentages into the blend either. So we obviously know it's not like a 33 split. Because obviously, but I reckon we're probably heavier on the 4 year than what we are the 3 year, and then there's a little bit of 14 year in there to balance it out, just as like a rough. But no, like just mouthfeel alone.
Yeah, it's nice.
Definitely feels like a Canadian.
Viscous.
Oh, talk dirty to me. Ugh, viscous. Pop loves it when I use the word viscosity. He always loves saying it back to me every time we do it. He's like, Jeremy, how's the viscosity? You just love using that word. So do it for him at this point.
It's like meticulous. I
Exactly.
like words that are just nice to use.
Yeah, I get that. And it's like, it doesn't have a level of sophistication to it.
I'm surprised that viscous hasn't turned into the word, or it might have already, and I've just missed the meme. The word that people rag on, just like when people say smooth and people rag on it. But sometimes, like, I feel like smooth is like...
No, like any...
It has a place.
Yeah, I feel like anything wheated is smooth. It's easy sipping whiskey.
Yeah.
I feel like...
Smooth as a baby's bum.
I was like, if I can look at you that long and like kind of like not break, I want to see how awkward you get. And I was like, no, I like you too much to do that.
Oh.
You're like, I definitely should have not said that.
This is awkward.
I really wanted to. I'm like, no, I like you way too much to do that.
Yeah, you did.
It's like the moment
You did it for long enough that I was awkward.
Like the moment Nadia realised she fucked up. Sorry, I really didn't mean to do that, but I did. I was like, death. I kind of want to get
and
like...
it's very leggy.
Yeah, I was going to kind of go in for another
glass.
taste and work out how thick she was. But it's like... thick.
Thick. Robin thick.
Kind of feels like a mid-level viscosity there. But obviously like your oak influence and like higher ABV and everything else. Because normally you find stuff at low age, higher ABV, it's still going to be like medium level thickness, but then like on the thinner side. Yeah,
I'm beginning to get a lot more caramel notes from the corn in the mash bill too.
Oh, just on that finish there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as it's kind of coming off the finish, So initial taste, then kind of going is back of the palate. It's just like real corn sweetness, and obviously that's where that 14 year comes into play. So it's good to finally have a whiskey older than me. But Della will appreciate that joke.
Good stuff, hey?
It
We
is.
picked good.
You did well.
Definitely, like I said, a little bit of time with air.
Yeah.
And this one is like, you wouldn't even know that it's cask strength.
Yeah.
I feel like I say that all the time because I'm just so used to drinking it. But yeah, it definitely opens up that little bit more with a little bit of air.
And that's what you need as well, like, because rye is super polarizing for anyone that normally doesn't drink rye and everything else. It's one of those whiskeys you just like, it needs to be a lot more fruitier. Because if you're just getting a heap of that rye spice, super off-putting.
Totally. Brock also said he put a couple of drops of water in it and brought it down to, I think, 50%.
Yep.
And said it was really good too. I don't tend to add water because I'm just can't be fucked, to be honest.
Also,
but I should try it.
Yeah. I did that last week with my Jack Daniels one. I was just like a couple of drops of water just to see how it goes. And I don't know what I brought it down to. I was just like, man, that'll do.
I brought it down a drop of water.
Yeah. It was like
in ABV.
But it definitely changes. Like it went from like I don't know, something to like more caramel, a lot more mellowed out.
Yeah. What do they say? It's like walking outside when it's been raining and all of the flowers have pollinated and given you a scent.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
That's what they say.
I don't normally go outside because
after it's raining.
Just in general, like you don't stay this white.
Yeah. Going
outside. So.
If I was my normal shade of colour, I would agree. Because I don't go outside.
Yeah, you work all the time.
Bondi Sands.
There you go. There's a plug. Bondi Sands sponsoring this video? They should.
I wish.
They should.
It's way too much with them.
No, they should.
Almost as much as I do on whiskey.
Yeah, that's a dangerous problem to have. But, hey.
Well, we're here.
So.
And look where it brought us.
Friends, hey? Do you know what? Choose that. Do you need more? We're good.
Something else I prepared earlier that I won't plug because it's not this.
Yeah, or it is that.
Or it is that.
And it was just the tasting notes we quickly did earlier. Who knows?
Who knows?
But, okay, so kind of want to break it down to our buy it, bar, or pass. Now, normally I'd go through like the nose, the palate, the finish, and everything else and kind of like just give everyone a good rounded idea on whether they should pick up this bottle or whether they should, I guess, try it at a bar. One of the out.
This is really awkward.
Why?
Because I'm here.
No, but it's not because it's me being authentic to the.
Buy it.
So.
I mean,
yes. I would. Yeah. Well, but this is the thing. It's
you could try it at a bar first.
And then
you could do any of those.
It could literally just go any way. But
it really could.
This is where.
But if you say pass.
Yeah, no, it's like we might have to edit this bit out and I'll record something later. But so I normally go through all like the details and then just give everyone a good rounded idea on what they were kind of looking at. And then like if like I don't love it, but I reckon someone else might. It's just like try to the partner bar that we have.
Yeah. I
guess we have access to, and it's just kind of like give everyone a little bit of business, a little bit of love, and they'll buy another bottle. So you get another bottle somehow, right? I'll start off with like the price for a good cask strength rye at that kind of age is pretty much bang on because like we normally see the Willet stuff, the Willet 4-year go for $150, $160, and if that's a good benchmark at like what is that 50% 100 proof, and then like the other barrel picks in that, so the price is pretty much spot on for cask strength rye. The notes on it, like I like the fruit forwardness.
Yeah.
What else? I didn't really get much of that oak because like I drank it way too quickly and I didn't prepare like notes.
And you let yours sit for a little bit before, whereas it was very like prominent in the beginning.
Yeah.
I felt.
So that's normally what I go for when I'm, I guess, tasting whiskey anyway. There's like plenty of oak there, plenty of sweetness. Like I'm American whiskey boy, so it's kind of like. As long as I can get those typical American whiskey notes, I'd be on board. And then, like, it's got that fruitiness plus the rye. I'm like, yeah, let's go. So, look, hell, I'd pick up a bottle. Like I did pick up a bottle. Like it's yeah, that's what I do. Buy a bottle. And plus, like, I'm supporting you girls anyway because I love what you girls do.
Thanks.
And like, you girls are content creation beasts. So I'm like, if one day I can like get there, I'm like, yes, amazing.
Gotta get you in a costume. Then maybe
Done.
you'll reach my level.
Did you not see my costume? I was like, I had my whole get up.
Oh, I suppose.
Like that was about as far as I went, and I was just like, yep, I'm just here for a raz. That's it. So yeah, like hell, I'd buy one because that's rye too. It's rye. I love rye.
Yeah, we love
But
rye.
it's also trying to understand the Australian market as well. It's like because we probably won't be able to get one to the US for any of the US people without customs snagging it.
I know. I've tried to send bottles. They send them straight back.
Yeah. Oh well, that's good. It's good you get them sent straight back
Yeah,
rather than having them destroyed.
Actually. I've been very lucky.
Yeah, because I think Brock was saying like one he sent over there got destroyed or something. So it's one of those things. But look, I'm not saying I'll buy it because I love you. Like I love you and I'd buy it because I love you and I bought it. So like here we are.
Here we are.
So
buy.
Yeah, I'm going to mark that down as a buy, but I will properly write up everything in the copy anyway. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in. This has been, I don't even know what, 26 minutes.
Thanks for having me.
Jeez, thank you for coming on. I'm like super blessed that you were actually able to make it to Sydney. Not only was can't talk. I've only had a little bit of whiskey. Still in food coma land actually. It's like, oh god.
Me too.
No, seriously, thank you for coming out for like food because we hit cheat day this morning, and
so good.
I'm gonna make sure you guys see a little bit of content this morning at the start of the pre-roll before we kick off into this. So yeah, breakfast was amazing. Then rolling out of there, coming into this, it's just been one magical day. So
love that for us.
Oh, 100%, 100% love that for us. But yeah, thank you so much, Nadia, and thank you to everyone that tuned in because like it's been amazing. So thank you, love y'all. Hopefully enjoy this Whiskey Wednesday. I'm Jez.
Cheers.
That's Nadia. She's gonna say cheers. I'm gonna say love y'all. So peace.